the outcome of GST in terms of tax revenue and the ability of the government to push forth the disinvestment program will be important ingredients of the final picture. Where do you think the error is? You may not know the concept, but you might identify which part sounds awkward or funny. So which is that part is my question. So this is an easy one, right? Because obviously, if you look at the context, right, the outcome of GST in terms of tax revenue and the ability of the government to do something, right? Ability being your clue word. I have the ability to do this. I have the ability not to do this, right? Ability being the clue word. Obviously, I need a 2 plus verb form, which is nothing but the infinitive, right? And this verb is always verb 1, which means pushed is incorrect. That's not verb 1, right? It's verb 2 or verb 3. Push, pushed, pushed, right? Verb 1, verb 2, verb 3. Which means if it's an infinitive form, I always need the first verb. So that's why the error is in part B. And I change pushed to push. But pushed forth as an expression or a phrase. Have you heard of pushed back and forth? That's another phrase, right, for you to be familiar with. So when you have back and forth as a term or as a phrase, you know the word that precedes it is pushed. Someone can push you back and forth. Someone can be pushed back and forth, right? That's just another expression that it's good to know. If there is an error around that, you'll be able to identify it quickly. But in our context, we need the infinitive form, 2 plus verb 1 form. So obviously the error is in part B. So higher demand for basmati rice from Iran and West Asia is helping farmers in Punjab and Haryana get good price for their produce this year. Higher demand for basmati from Iran and West Asia is helping farmers in Punjab and Haryana gets good price for their produce this year. Where is the error? As soon as you read it, you know where the error is. The error is in part C, right? Obviously. Because why? You have another helping, the clue word there. Higher demand for basmati from Iran and West Asia is helping farmers in Punjab and Haryana to do something, right? He is helping me so that I can do something. He's helping me to do something. He's helping me to achieve something, right? So, obviously, I need to get and not gets. Even if I don't know that use, I know that as soon as I read the sentence, I know something is funny in part C, right? It's awkward in construction. Let's see if you crack this. Denial of wages forced scientists and teachers at the agriculture universities throughout the country on going on a strike, crippling crucial research that could help the state of agriculture in the country. Pretty long sentence, slightly confusing, but if you break it down, let's see if you're able to identify the error. Again, there is a clue word. In our first example, ability was the clue word, and our second example, helping, was the clue word. Let's see if you're able to identify the clue word and identify where the error is in this question. Yes, right? Obviously, the error again is in part C. Forced is my clue word, right? I'm always forced to do something. So denial of wages forced scientists and teachers. So this whole part, at the agriculture universities throughout the country is just the prepositional phrase giving me additional information. If I have to just put this sentence in context, denial of wages forced scientists and teachers to do what? To go on a strike. That's it. Right? That's why the error is in part C. Not on going on, but to go on a strike, crippling crucial research that could help the state of agriculture in the country. So if you notice, all of these errors are obviously pertaining to infinitives, right? 2 plus verb. And for every sentence we have seen, there is some clue word, which means it's more to do with, just set expressions. I am forced to do something. He is helping me to achieve something. I have the ability to do something. So it means I need to look out for these clue words as well whenever I have an issue with, the infinitive form, right? That's the way to go. Let's look at a couple of more in this particular error type and see if you're able to identify. So it's good to know some of these clue words also, right? So because if I have these words in a context, then I can quickly check the verb that is following, is it in the infinitive form? Ability, helping, forced. There are lots of words like that, right? You just have to look up a lot more construction sentences to identify what those clue words are and what is the usual construction that follows those clue words. India is largely perceived to having stronger courtesy prudent government policies and a reasonably high real rate framework. Where is the error? This is not a very difficult one at all, in fact, right? Even if you can't identify the clue word, you know where the error is. So most of you have come back and said B. Yeah, obviously, right? What is our clue word here? What's a clue word? Quickly. Perceived. Yes, right? So perceived meaning, if I perceive you to be someone or to be something, which means this is how I view you as, right? That's the meaning. To perceive means to view. So you always, someone is perceived to be something or someone is perceived to be someone, right? Let's look at a context. So if I say, let me just write an example sentence. So I can say, he is a politician who is perceived. He is a politician who is perceived to be, let's say, dissembler. Yeah? He is a politician who is perceived to be. 2 plus, yeah, to be a dissembler. Meaning, who's a dissembler? A dissembler is somebody who hides behind a false appearance. Basically, he doesn't reveal his true self. That's a dissembler, right? So he is a politician who is perceived to be a dissembler. So that's our clue. And what we've noticed is there are always these clue words where the infinitive form is what follows, right? This particular error type. He tried to help, but his friend refused taking his help. Where is the error? Give me the part that has the error and tell me what the clue word is. Simple. That's the way to go. So you're right when you say the error is in part C, no doubt. What is the clue word? The clue word is refused, right? Always somebody is refusing to do something. Let's look at quickly some example sentences. Yeah. So just some random example sentences I've put where refused is followed by the infinitive form. The chairman refused to answer any more questions. We all refused to break the law. I absolutely refused to go there. They refused to give Shri the job. He tried to help, but his friend refused to take his help. Yeah, not taking, but to take. Got it? So that's infinitives for you, where we've looked at almost always, there's a clue word wherein the construction that follows or is the infinitive form. Yeah, perceived, refused, ability, helping, and there are a lot more words than this.